Hey guys, what's up? I'm back here. I'm back with another video. And of course, this is one that I think will be posted along with the video I make about our big match assessment. But overall, this is my reaction to our DFB Pokal game against Mainz in the second round where we won 4-0. So I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts on the game and how things have gone out, and I'll give you everything here. So, as we can start off first before I talk about the game, let's look at the stats. 20% possession for Mainz, 80% for Bayern. They had one big chance to our 7. They had 6 shots to our 15. They had 4 shots on target, all saved by Manuel Neuer, and then we had 10 shots on target, 6 of them also saved by their goalkeeper. But overall, I will say as well, of course they also had 225 passes to our 906, which is absolutely crazy. I will say this about the game though. This really was a match of 2 different halves. Because in the first half, we looked absolutely electric. We were gunning down the opponent. We were going after them. And we ended up going up 4-0. And then in the second half, we just played boring. We played boring, controlling ball possession football, which, I'll be honest, I did not think Kompany would go this way, considering he's always been about pushing the opponent. But maybe that does show he is learning from what happened in the Barcelona game, and that sometimes it is just important to control the game after you've gone up by quite a few goals. So yeah, I mean, we basically killed Mainz off in the first half, literally, and then we did not need to do anything else for the second half. They could have just ended the match there and nothing would have changed. But my overall thoughts on this, the contrast to how we play with or without Jamal Musiala is literally night and day. When we play with Musiala, our attack looks electric. We're playing very quick, fast transition football. We're creating quite a few chances, and we're scoring quite a few goals. As soon as he and Kane were taken off, the attack looked lost. They genuinely did. As soon as those 2 guys were taken off, our attack looked lost. And I think that pretty much shows to us how important and crucial Jamal Musiala really is in this team. And it also kind of makes me wonder, would the Villa, Leverkusen, Frankfurt, not Leverkusen, sorry, would have the Villa, Frankfurt, and Barcelona games gone differently had Musiala started and been fully fit? Because as I already mentioned, the way we play with him and the way we play without him is literally night and day difference. Because the first goal we scored was a brilliant counter-attack play by Bayern. Jamal Musiala scored in the second minute. Then of course he scored the second one in the 37th minute. Sané then would score one in the right before the second half ended, and then in the last minute before the first half ended, Musiala got his hat trick. which is his first career hat trick, I believe, which is, yeah, absolutely fantastic for him. He was by far our man of the match, in my opinion, Musiala. So, I'm just gonna go off of now. But by the way, before I talk about how I thought we overall played as a team, I want to quickly first say, Mainz are a bunch of crybabies, dude. Because throughout this game, we should you can debate if Musiala's second goal, should have been chalked off for offside because he was off his line a little bit and the referee did not see it. And there is no VAR in the DFB Pokal until the round of 16, which is now the next round that we moved on to. And I believe the DFB Pokal round of 16 draw will also take place on Sunday. I might make a reaction on that. I'm not sure if I will though. So anyway, Mainz were a bunch of crybabies because, you can complain about the Musiala second goal potentially being an offside one, but before that happened, we should have had a penalty before that offside goal even happened, and the referee somehow did not see it. And then there was a really bad challenge and foul by Kor, the Mainz right back defender, I believe. And he did not even get a yellow card, let alone a sending off for that challenge. So for them to complain that the ref was favoring us and every decision went our way for that game, man, they're either delusional or a bunch of crybabies. Anyways, enough talking about that issue. I just thought it was pretty funny. I also saw Michael Olise giving the middle finger to Mainz fans, which was quite hilarious. And to be honest, I do feel like our club has been missing a player who has a little bit of that. I wouldn't say rogue, but a bit of a badass behavior. I think we were missing a player like that for years. And it seems like we finally have another one again with that in Michael Olise. Anyway, now team performance we talk about. Neuer, if you guys watched my big game review, you already know my thoughts and my criticisms on Manuel Neuer. And to be fair, he again almost conceded the first shot as well. But after that, the rest of the shots Mainz had against us that were on target, he did a pretty good job saving those. So Neuer shows he can, in some games, still deliver those kind of good performances. He just doesn't really deliver them on a consistent basis anymore. Neuer, please, I understand that you're getting older now, but a performance like this, more often, is all I'm asking for you for the rest of this season. So, yeah, I thought Neuer had a good game. I thought Leimer had a pretty good game as well at right back. He was actually making really good decision making today, and he also was very solid defensively today as well. Eric Dyer started today because Diet Upamecano, I believe, got a bruise to his thigh, if I'm not mistaken, which is why Dyer started. Unfortunately, Dyer around the 60th minute had to be taken off because of an injury. I thought Dyer was okay. He did make one mistake where Mainz had a pretty good chance, but apart from that, he did alright. I thought Kim Min Jae had a pretty decent game because he was also very good defensively. He saved what potentially could have been a 2 versus 1 counterattack from Mainz. He stopped that, so that was very good from him. Davies had a great game. I thought Alfonso... I don't know what's up with Alfonso Davies these past 5 to 6 games, but he is on a run right now of having very good performances, and it's a bit of a shame that his agent is a little bit of a D word and wants a huge cash to be given to renew Alfonso Davies. It's such a shame because I think he is a really valuable player, but the amount he and his agent are demanding is way too much for him to be kept. So, Davies, if you can get rid of the agent that you have right now, I think you're all good, and we can discuss about potentially renewing your contract if you just lower your wage demands a little bit. Next thing, Joshua Kimmich. I thought he had a decent game. Not outstanding, not terrible, just around the middle. I thought Paulinho had a very good game. I do appreciate that Company is now playing him more deeper than he was in the previous games and is actually acting like a 6 now compared to some of the previous games, and he did stop a few Mainz counterattacks, so he did his job very well. His sliding tackles are very underrated, in my opinion. And he also didn't get a yellow card, which is very surprising because he usually always gets at least 1 yellow card. So that was pretty cool to see. Gnabry. Gnabry's a very frustrating player for me right now because he does the hard work, he creates good chances, and when a chance is created for him, he gets himself into the right positions. But then his final decision making and finishing in the final third is absolutely atrocious, man. And that's why he's such a frustrating player for me. And don't get me wrong, he's still doing better than what he was a couple of seasons ago. But I thought he still could do a lot better. I mean, he had literally an open goal that he hit the post off and then missed the rebound. I'm like, how the hell do you miss that? Like, I'm sure not even Manuel Neuer would miss a finish like that. Of course, Musiala, we already talked about him. I thought he was by far our best player on the pitch. And as soon as we took him off at halftime, our team looked completely dead in the second half. And then, I also want to mention, Bayern, you need to renew his contract. You need to renew Musiala's contract as quickly as possible. We cannot afford to let this guy go because he at the moment is the engine of our team. Every single attack and progressive play goes through him. We have to renew his contract as quickly as possible. Now, for Leroy Sané, I thought he had a more effective game than Gnabry. He was decent. He was not horrible. He probably had 1 or 2 chances that he probably should have scored himself as well. But at least he scored one of them. So his finishing, and it wasn't like his finishing was bad for the other shots. He just did not get enough power on it to shoot it past the goalkeeper. So I thought Sané had a pretty decent game there. He also in the second half was one of our very few players that was still creating a few chances. And Harry Kane, he did a good job creating some of our big chances in the first half, including getting the assist for one of Musiala's goals. But yeah, he's still dropping a little bit too deep into the midfield for my liking. I still think he needs to push himself higher up more and be a more box presence inside the box, because that's how a number 9 or striker should be doing. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on Harry Kane as well. And that's my overall thoughts on the Mainz versus Bayern DFB Pokal game where we won 4-0. I believe tomorrow we have another Bundesliga game at home against Union Berlin. And then we have a UCL game at home against Benfica. And then we'll have an away game against St. Pauli before we go into another international break. And I'll say we need to start prioritizing the UCL, because if we don't win our next remaining 5 UCL games, we're definitely not making the top 8. And I do not want us to play an extra playoff game just to get through. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new to my channel, go and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care and peace out, guys.